Hello, so we're continuing with my videos for the Rise of Cobra figures, and I guess technically the next person that they really show is Destro, but since I already did Destro in my first video, pretty much, and then they kind of show General Hawk and CoverGirl, but they're not really in their toy uniforms, so I don't really see them yet, in my opinion. So the next person that they pretty much show that we got in figure form is Channing Tatum as Conrad Duke Hauser. And nothing against Channing, but I'm kind of surprised that they didn't have him change his name. You know, sometimes in movies and Hollywood and stuff, they make you change your name, and maybe it's because his name is so interesting they didn't need to change it. But or maybe the idea that so many people try to say his name. So anyway, I actually have three of these. So I don't really have to open either one of these though, because I already have, like I said, a third one. So I obviously have a lot more videos I need to do, and also some videos I need to still watch. I did my best to watch all the reviewers that did these figures, and still got quite a few more to do, but couldn't really watch them all, so I'm still keeping an eye out for um, the best. I think one thing I'll say is it seems like most of the videos, I don't know if they found this out after or if they found this out at the time that they were doing it, but it seems like some of the younger kids getting into these figures, they seem to pick up a lot of little details more than some of the older one reviewers. And so the first thing I can really say right now about that is I already knew this because I probably saw it on the boards and everything, because people are trying to figure out what these nanomite missiles were. But I noticed that with all the people that did the videos at the time, they didn't talk about the backpack and how you can have them in here, and obviously it stays in there pretty well because I'm trying to get it out and it won't come out. But yeah, that they put two sculpted molds in here for the nanomite injector. One reviewer was saying they didn't understand that because in the movie he doesn't actually have these yet, but it's still pretty cool. I mean, for toy features and everything, I think that works well, and you can fit two of them in there. It's kind of interesting. I don't know about any other toy lines that do this with backpacks or whatever, but it's kind of funny that nowadays someone thought of using a backpack as much as they can as a backpack, because you could almost even put a gun and something else in there. In fact, he comes with a little one right here, and you could put that in there too, and it still goes on pretty good. So it's kind of tough doing these videos when most people already have seen them and done them, but I really like this figure. The detail on him is amazing. Some people talk about how the night goggles don't really go up that well, but if you lift the head a little bit, you can still see out them. So I think that's cool. I mean, they could have had it, molded, stuck there the whole time, but they didn't. The other thing a lot of people talk about is the fact that he looks more like he does on the card than the other figures that came out. And I agree. He definitely looks more like the card art, more like the actor. I think the Impact Armor guy, he kind of looks, even though it's pretty much the same mold for the head, he comes off, if you've played the video game for the Rise of Cobra, he comes off more of a animation look to him, in my opinion. Not sure about the rest of you guys that have played that game or done reviews. The other thing I thought was really interesting, and I kind of talked about it in my Destro exclusive videos, is this is basically what I wish they could have done with Destro figure, and even maybe his ancestor in some way, but again, cost and it being an exclusive, it makes sense that they didn't possibly spend that much money on it. But the idea that since he's not part of G.I. Joe yet, they didn't do anything other than making it just a dog tag. So I think that's really cool, and they could have done that somehow with Destro. Maybe they could have made it an ID badge just like this or something and had Mars written across it, or in the back they could have had some Mars stuff or whatever. The other thing I really liked about one of the people that's reviews I watched was how he shows off the card first, and talks about how they got this actor. They pretty much just took his picture, then they somewhat photoshopped this on. And then also some people, when they open the package, and I wish I would have thought of this too, you can pretty much cut along here and cut along here and then lift up from here, and it's still resealable. What I usually do when I open action figures is I usually take a knife, and I don't go under the actual part that's glued to the package, but I cut around this part right there, and then that still gives you somewhat of a closed package. Most of my stuff I don't repackage, though. I'm going to try and do it with some of my figures, because I've learned that from One of Three Knights, how he doesn't really have much room right now, and so he puts everything at least in baggies, Ziploc bags, or puts them back inside of the box as much as he can. So I'm going to possibly start doing that too. Not really sure what more new I can give to these figures, but I know that some people don't like the new ID badge or card or whatever, but I like that. It's a new look. Cool that they've got the little thumbprint right there. You got the new G.I. Joe logo, that even if you look at some of the new Pursuit of Cobra stuff, they've given us a new G.I. Joe logo as well. And so that's kind of cool that this is possibly going to just stay the Rise of Cobra logo for G.I. Joe, and then the Pursuit of Cobra will have its own logo, and it'll be interesting to see if we get the Renegade figures and cartoon and everything still, because you never know, anything can change. See what the logo will be like. I also noticed on one of the forums that I've been reading, because we're all anxiously awaiting, well, at least most of us are anxiously awaiting the Pursuit of Cobra line, is someone posted talking about how the G.I. Joe logo really hasn't changed that much. But with this one, you pretty much have it all kind of foil, and you got the star, and then the Rise of Cobra. But mostly talking about how the G.I. Joe logo is different, but the Cobra logo has not changed. The other thing I thought was kind of funny, and what's kind of cool, I guess, after seeing the movie and knowing a little bit, was people were talking about these being popsicles. So I'm kind of interesting, sometimes I don't know everything, so I still make mistakes, but so yeah, hopefully I said some new stuff. Again, not really too sure what to say with these videos, but definitely love this figure, glad to have it. You pretty much do get almost the whole movie, because so far, we've got the exclusive Destro that gives you the ancestor, and then the newer Destro before he becomes Destro. And then you've got this Desert Ambush Duke. And yeah, so thanks for watching, and I will see you all later.